Hi, John Fleming here, author and project lead of Ultimate Gig. I have been involved with the direct selling business model for many years, and it was that experience that triggered my interest in all forms of micro enterprise, especially in recent years, the gig economy. In early 2019, the gig economy got my attention. The data was beginning to reflect gig participants at 50 million plus in the US alone. The economic impact was approaching $1 trillion. Technology was playing a huge role. Complexity in how we work and when we work was becoming simpler. I had always believed in a less is more philosophy that I actually learned in architectural school. So I started to pay close attention. The gig economy was making simplicity an art in so many ways. The gig economy was also demonstrating that flexibility and freedom could be incorporated into our definitions of how and when work could be accomplished. Flexibility in how we work was becoming appealing, especially for part time work. And people from all walks of life were beginning to benefit from what I often describe as an uncommon freedom. And that is the ability to choose how and when one desires to work. The choices available have also hit unprecedented levels, with thousands of gig opportunities becoming available through gig providing companies that fall into four major categories. We have transportation gigs, service gigs, selling gigs, and leasing gigs in no particular order. Transportation and leasing gigs disrupted industries. However, contrary to popular belief, the largest single segment of gig workers are not transportation gig workers, but freelance professionals who market their talent, skills, and experience as independent contractors or freelancers, usually through personal digital platforms created to connect products and services with clients and customers who need those products and services. The common denominator across all types of gigs is simplicity and how work can be accomplished, along with the flexibility associated with when or how one wants to work. Now, later that year, and I'm still referring to 2019, I knew I had to pay closer attention to the gig economy. And I also realized that the direct selling model, of which I am a strong advocate, was actually a part of the phenomenon. How and when we work is being redefined. What I also learned to understand was the story behind the two words gig economy. The gig economy is the label adopted in mature markets throughout the world. However, the gig economy is micro enterprise, perhaps in its finest forms. Traditional approaches in how we work were actually designed over 100 years ago, in some cases over 200 years ago. In mature economies throughout the world, we move from more entrepreneurial routes to more organized labor, which became known as the industrial economy. With the move to centralized work under more rigid organizational structures, both the factory and the office required workers to be present for a specific number of hours each day, typically 5 days each week. Our educational system followed the pattern with the public school system, basically teaching students for a specific number of hours, 5 days per week, from a fixed location. Now, let's fast forward to the future. And as you know, the future is now. Organized and specifically defined structure is yielding to the expectation of flexibility. Flexibility in how we work is becoming the new norm. We are living and working differently. Technology plays a huge role. Society will no longer choose complexity over simplicity when simplicity is a choice. We are now on the threshold of a very different kind of economy and society where the masses are more in control of their lives and their work. There are more new labels emerging, such as sharing economy, informal economy, passion economy, bottom up economy, peer economy, all are new labels that infer the new truth. The masses are more involved. The smartphone and a variety of digital platforms are no longer strangers or nice to haves. We need them. And everyone expects their product or service provider to have a digital platform accessible by smartphone. This is true for every product or service we engage. Even our banking institutions are major players. We no longer know who works at the bank. And quite frankly, we no longer care as long as the balance is correct. This does not mean that we do not seek or need personalization. Those who provide such, in conjunction with the support of technology and artificial intelligence, will be the new leaders in the new marketplace. Now, we may appear to be moving toward a less structured and less personal way of living and working. However, we are more organized than ever and becoming more personal than ever in the way we can live and work. In our family, our weekly video conference calls are very personal. Technology has enabled us to become closer than we were. And this same technology enables work from any place. We can meet anytime. Selling gigs are expected to become more and more popular because of the ability to aggregate customers and benefit from ongoing purchases. And we do not have to sell as much as we have to share with others what someone shared with us. And the technology support that is available today is simply outstanding. In this segment, I have provided you with a few thoughts and concepts discussed in Ultimate Gig. However, there is much more, much more. You can purchase the book through Amazon or the Emerald Publishing Bookstore, and you can access both bookstores at our website, ultimategigresources.com. Come back and join me in the next segment, and I will explain why it is important to understand the gig economy.